Peace and blessings, everybody. I'm your girl, Wendy Zizzo, here with Nappy Red and Kirk the Jerk.
Salute.
We are Awareness Academy 411. Here to give you the 411 on what's going on in the world, or just, give you our philosophies and hypotheses, and, you just take the rest and what applies, you let it go. You know what I mean? It's all for educational purposes only. So, take what you will, and it ain't my fault if you get in trouble.
He said
That's a
Yeah,
fact.
don't blame
facts,
me.
facts off facts. So yeah, we got again. Life always gives us more and more things to talk about.
A
you
I
whole
know,
love
lot,
that, right?
a whole lot
just
more.
when you thought some people couldn't say anything else, then they say some more, or just when you thought shit couldn't get darker, then it gets grim. And just when you think shit couldn't get more ridiculous, it gets more ridiculous. So
Yeah,
I read you talk about that these people in Atlanta got indicted for giving a kid a spanking, basically.
Yeah, Atlantic
that's crazy.
City mayor and the wife is a superintendent for school, and they got indicted for spanking their daughter or beating their daughter and
So,
everything. So
so now I mean I'm not an advocate to say child. I'm not with child abuse at all. However, there is a such thing as discipline. You know what I
yes,
mean? And not to say that you have to put your hands on your kids to discipline them, but some kids
I,
might need it.
but
Yeah, dude, that's true.
but but we was disciplined. I was disciplined with a belt. Whatever my mother picked up, she disciplined me and
Yeah,
everything.
or the
But
look.
yeah, the look too and everything. But a lot of people, and that's why I think a lot of kids is out of hand right now because they're getting a timeout, like go to the corner
Go to your room,
or
Tommy.
yeah, yeah, and then most of the kids get their phone taken for what, a day, a couple hours, and then you know what I'm saying, they like it's not punishment. I remember they used to call my house Rikers Island. I used to be on punishment like crazy, man. Listen.
Yeah, I was on punishment like once a month for like 2 weeks. I was like every month I was on punishment for something. Like I
Yeah,
don't know,
like
man. Like these kids, ooh,
these kids these days is just something else. And plus, you got to look at it too. They don't have no respect for their elders. Like I work in a school, and these kids curse teachers out, curse principals out, and all type. But the law made it so much that they on the kid's side, so the kid can sit there and lie and say whatever, and
Yep.
them kids will be protected.
mm-hmm.
So it's just like when I heard that with the kids, getting indicted, you getting indicted for beating your. I can see if you
Beat
really
them half
hurt
to
your
death.
child.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you beat
yeah,
them
yeah,
half to
yeah,
death
yeah,
type
yeah.
shit. Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, if you discipline your kid, beat them, slap them up, or whatever, that's your kid.
Nah, I know people that told me that they kid even said to them like, "Oh, if you beat me, I'm gonna call the police on you." Like what?
Yeah. No,
Like
my daughter did that. She said what she said something that she was gonna call BCW or something like that or whatever,
oh yeah,
whatever. I said, go
ACS,
ahead.
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
seriously. My mom's would have said like, "Go ahead, call him.
yeah.
You want
No,
to
I
go?
said,
Go."
yeah, I said, go ahead and call him. I said, your Jordans and all of that. I said, yeah, you could take all that with you. And I said, but remember, you got your own room at home. When you over there, you got 30 kids, you got 30 ladies in your room. They going through your sneakers, they taking this. I said, yeah, bye, go ahead. I could put money in my pocket. I could save my money. She thought about it. She was like, oh shit. She said,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry, Daddy. All right, all right. I'm like, yeah, go
Nah,
ahead. I
like
said,
we
yeah,
was
cool.
bad when we was in school, but we wasn't as bad. Like they definitely, I feel like even
They
the kids when they're in
disrespectful.
their teenagers, they
Yeah,
just got even worse. In
yeah,
terms of
yeah.
just being like there's like a certain code that just isn't applying nowadays. Like we still have some type of respect for our elders. Like even the
Yeah,
OGs in the
yeah,
street.
yeah.
I mean,
That's a
they
fact.
still kind of ran the community with some type of respect in some regard. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
now
yeah.
these niggas just
And
they don't give a fuck.
They
They
don't.
don't
You got
care.
to be careful what you say to them. That's why I'm always like even tempered with them. I don't go excited. I don't go hard. I don't do none of that because these kids are quick to shoot. Everybody got guns. Everybody's shooters nowadays. So it's like I ain't trying to get shot for a disagreement. You might.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it as okay. I'm older. My brain is not on their level with being wild. So I'll just have a disagreement with them and think I can walk away from it. No, you bruise their ego, you're gonna get a
Mm-hmm.
They
bullet.
coming back. Yeah, yeah.
You're gonna get
They
a
Yeah,
bullet.
definitely
or the
coming back.
girls might be quick to jump 'em,
Uh-huh.
somebody's mother. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that gets bad, yo. But I mean, hey, what can we do?
That's
I
true.
mean, I don't
I,
even know with this one. I'm lost for words with that one.
Some of the kids, like I talk to them in the school. Some of them just want to talk. Some of them just want to their mothers and fathers. Some of them at home. Some of them don't have fathers, and then their mothers is working 24 hours. So the kids is really grown up by themselves, and they just need somebody just to take charge. Because some of the kids in my school, I talk to them and everything, and they are nice. But if they don't got discipline at home and they can
Yeah.
get
Or an
away with a
outlet.
lot of stuff, yeah, you
Yeah,
know,
an emotional outlet. I mean, most
yeah,
kids are emotionally stunted at home. You know what I mean? Like most parents don't pay attention or try to step outside of, I'm the parent, do what I tell you, I don't give a fuck about how you
yeah,
feel type of mentality. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like
uh-huh,
you're right though. Like I feel
yeah,
like if there's anything we can do, which there are things we can do, but
yeah, yeah,
is if the everyday person was to do something, it's like try to find a way to, you know, give these kids that ear. You know what I mean? Like, what's
yeah,
going on
yeah,
with you? You know, like
yeah,
back in the day, they used to have like the Big Brother program
yeah,
and the Big
yeah,
Sister
yeah. Oh,
program. You know what I
all
mean?
that.
Like stuff like that is helpful because sometimes all it takes is one person to change, a child's life, and
Yeah,
they'll
yeah.
wind up being successful and be like, yo, if it wasn't for this one teacher or for this one
Like
person that spoke
person.
to me, I would have went off the deep end. Like you got all
Yeah,
these kids
yeah,
shooting up these schools. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, did
yeah.
you hear about this other girl? I forgot what state it's in. What was it, Arkansas or something? She shot her mother and her stepfather.
Oh
Damn.
wow.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all heard about that one.
No,
Nah, that
I didn't
sounds
hear
They
about
even
wow.
that.
I
showed
would
the
definitely
video
remember.
where she went in the kitchen. She's like, because the camera's in the kitchen, so you see her walking, and you hear four shots. She shot her mom's in the face, and
Wow.
then casually walked out. She's holding, the piece behind her back, so the camera don't see it. And she calls her stepfather with her mother's phone to lure him home. And when he gets home, she shoots him too, but he
Wow.
survived, I think. But yeah, and this girl's up in court laughing and smiling and shit. I'm like,
Yeah,
yo.
cause they think it's a game.
Yeah.
They really think it's a
Real
game.
talk.
Cause a lot of them, you got to also look at them. They on the spectrum. A lot of them, and this is another thing I wanted to talk about. It's the food. The
Oh
food these
yeah, the
kids
food is
eat.
fucking kids up, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and if you look at, cause I look at them, and they are like I'm not trying to call them dummies or nothing, but
Dummies.
they they are different. They are
Nah,
real,
yo,
real,
real
real
talk.
different.
The food 100% plays a part. Like I can even say from my own experience. Like the other day, I had ate some little junk food. It wasn't crazy junk food. Like I don't mess with McNasty or nothing. But I ate
Yeah,
something that was more like a treat.
yeah.
And the next day, I felt so sluggish. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
ate that for
Yeah.
dinner. So, from going my whole day, this was the nutrients I gave myself at night,
Yeah,
right? So, the next day, that's what my body's working off of. And I felt so sluggish. I was like, damn, I feel tired. Just I even felt moody and shit. But then the next night, I made sure I ate better. So, the
yeah.
next day, it was better. You
Better.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
if I'm noticing that just that little subtle change in
Uh huh.
myself, 100% what the food that we're eating is affecting your gut
Yeah.
microbiome because
Uh
your
huh.
stomach is your immune system, right?
Yeah.
So
Yup.
whatever you're eating and your digestive system's getting, that's
Yeah.
what's nurturing your whole body. So these kids is eating all these processed foods, or the shit that the schooly food, like that shit
Yeah.
has changed over
Oh,
the years,
That's
man.
that's
prison
another thing.
food. That's prison food.
That's another thing. Like I look at these kids' food, and I'll be like, what the hell is these kids is eating for real? Like, man, listen.
But the chicken
I
sandwiches
mean,
from the
back in the
school.
day when we was in
Woo,
school, though,
baby,
schooling
No,
was popping. You know,
yeah,
killed them.
you had the
Oh
that
my
pizzas.
was
Remember
god.
good.
the round pizzas? You know,
Those
Yeah.
uh,
tear them up. I used to, yo,
mm,
you don't want your lunch? Nah, I don't feel like eating lunch. Give me your ticket, man. I'm gonna go get me some goddamn. I'm gonna get your lunch
facts.
in
You get the
mine,
chicken
nigga.
Give me
Fuck
sandwich.
out of
You
here.
know, like the little chicken. This is when they
Yeah.
still was cooking in the
Yeah.
schools. You know what I
No,
mean?
no, yeah. Because I remember we had fried chicken, we had greasy cheeseburger, like we had real food.
Yeah, we had salad. We had we even had vegetables like corn, mixed vegetables. Like I remember that they still used to. Now they don't cook in schools. Like I know for a fact they don't cook in schools. The only schools
They
they cook
don't.
in are private schools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the only schools that you're gonna get actually cooked food,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's what you're paying for.
Yep.
I ain't gonna lie. I give Curtis High School a little props.
No, that you talking about back when we were
Back
there.
Yeah,
then.
because they had a
That's back
whole
then.
We was there a
selection of all
minute
kinds
ago.
of
I mean,
food.
I'm
Yeah.
25 for life, but I was there a while ago. And when
Yeah.
I was there, Schoolie. Actually, by the time I got there, that's when Schoolie started messing up. Actually, because when I was in junior high, the burgers. Remember the cheeseburgers used to come in the pack.
Sometimes I got a bone in that bitch. I'm like, what's this hard shit in this while I'm chewing it? I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you. I used to tear those shits apart, man.
Didn't they have the little fish patties with the cheese on top?
Yeah.
Yo, this shit is slapping. They all, let me tell you something. I don't give a. I'll tell you one thing. The minute I eat free lunch, I gotta go straight to the bathroom. Afterwards, like, yo. And the funny thing is, the security guard was cool with me. And he was cool as hell with me. The security guard, what he would do is,
milk.
let me go to this bathroom that nobody's using because they keep it locked all the time because they don't want the kids using all the bathrooms. So I said, you know what I'm here for. He said, I got you. Hold on, let me open the door for you. So,
that's
real talk.
No, but look, we used to go to like the liquor store the night before, and we used to get Mad Dog 2020, and we used to drink that.
Mad Dog, oh my god.
We used to drink that in the morning time. And people smoke their cess and everything.
Yeah.
When we get to school for lunchtime, people will have like about 2 cheeseburgers over here, some pizza over here.
I was doing the most. Wait, is this high school or junior high school you talking
This
about?
is high school.
Okay, high school.
I was a lunch ticket hustler. I worked in I had a little job in the office with the lunch tickets. I was a bad kid though. I don't know why they trust me.
Nah,
I used to have all the lunch ticket books. I used to go out there and sell those shit for $1 each. I was hustling the system back in the days. That was junior high school though.
Now I used to lunch tickets. This is where I'm guilty of high school. I used to be standing by the vending machines. They have vending machines and everybody, and I just stand there like, have your change. That shit will add up by the end of the day. I could go get me something after school. So it's kind of what I used to hustle back then.
You used to have the Geo store.
The Geo store.
People were like, oh, they didn't want to give me their change. It was like 15 cents. I'm like, what you gonna do with 15 cents? And they're like, all right, you right. And then they would just give it to me. I'm like, stop playing.
Yo, do y'all remember the store on Osgood store? They used to have the $2 hero. It was $2.
Yeah,
for
Mike's
hero
store.
Juice.
Mike's store.
Mike's, yeah.
Store.
It came Mike's afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike's store. Yeah. And I used to remember the Sunnydale drink. You get the big Sunnydale drink with the hero for $2. And they changed it to $50.
The purple.
Yeah.
The purple or the orange. You get the orange one.
Oh my god. I used to live. I was like, I need $2. I need $2.50.
Look. We used to do this Saturday at 3:00. We used to go to Mike's store, get our heroes and stuff, go upstairs, watch the fight, the karate thing from 3 to 5, full up, come outside and play karate and everything. But that's where Wu-Tang get that from, like Wu-Tang and all that stuff and everything. We used to literally go upstairs and watch it. And our moms used to, or if some of our moms would be like, "No, you're not coming up here. We'll go to our friend's house and buy."
Yeah,
And you know what I'm
I
saying? We'll
remember
buy a
that.
hero, and we got to give half to them and everything, so we could go in the house. It was
Yeah.
That's
crazy, but
Yo,
funny.
that reminds my man K,
yeah,
my man K1 from back in the days. I'll mention his name right now. I used to go to his house for the Kung Fu flicks on Sunday. We used to do every Sunday. And it'd be like evening. We used to be up there 12 midnight. I know we gotta go to school the next day, but I was like, that was the shit though. Like watching the Kung Fu flicks, just sitting there. No
yeah,
women. We wasn't even looking for women all the time. We was just homies, man,
That's
homies in
when
there. Yo,
playing with outside was still a thing. Cause me,
word.
I used to be on
really
my bike.
outside.
Oh, I
Yeah,
had my pedal bike. I went everywhere with my pedal bike. Yo, I used to ride
uh-huh.
into Jersey. I would ride over
Wow,
the Bayonne Bridge.
Brett,
Mhm.
I would
wow.
just ride over the bridge and just ride around in Bayonne. Like, yeah. I used to have my Discman on my lap, and I'd be like, "Yeah, one day I'm gonna be driving for
Yeah.
this shit." You know, I'm over
but,
there
but
like,
but but see the crazy part, we was outside for real, and we used to like if you really look at it, we used to go to different boroughs young at a
yeah,
young
absolutely.
Yeah,
I
age
used to be in
real talk.
and
Manhattan
everything.
too.
Yeah, because I
Hell
remember one
yeah.
time my daughter, she surprised me. I was living on Staten Island. She was living at 141st Street in Manhattan. So she wanted to come and see me every weekend. She used to come and see me. So one day, Saturday morning, the doorbell ringing. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, who the hell is? Open the door. It's my daughter. My daughter is only 9. She's 9 years old. So I
And
said,
she
how the
got on the
hell?
train and oh shit.
Everything. See, I thought her mother dropped her off. I was like, where your mom's at? She was like, uptown. I was like, so how you get here? Oh, I got on the train. I said, and I asked her, I
No,
said,
but that's
how?
how he was back then.
Yeah, how did
Yeah.
you know to get on what train? She said, because like her family lives on Staten Island. She said, yeah, I used to see mommy used to always take me back and forth, so I remember the train. I said,
That's
wow,
how that's how it was
yeah,
back then though.
yeah,
But that's how it
That's how it
was
was
though.
back then,
Like,
bro.
yes,
Man, you can
we
send
were
your
more
kid far.
mature. You know,
My
we were
sister
yes,
more
used to go
yes,
to
mature.
Manhattan buying
Like
stuff
I
when she was
remember at
younger.
9 going to
Yeah.
my godmother's house, and while she's sleeping, I was making her breakfast to make her breakfast in
mm-hmm.
bed, and she
Yeah.
lost her damn mind. She's like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" I'm like, "Hold up! I've been doing this since I was 7, 8 years old. Like, what are you talking about?
Mhm.
Like, I've been
Yeah,
making breakfast. Like, this ain't nothing new."
Cause you know
yeah,
how it is. Moms had to work and sometimes you gotta be in the house by yourself. That's just
yeah.
realistic.
Yeah,
That's
and
a
it was a
fact.
full
You
That's a
can't
breakfast.
tear
It
fact.
was
shit up. You just
eggs.
gotta do the
It
right
was
thing.
eggs. I think I made her eggs and pancakes that morning.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I did both.
Well, that's how I learned how to cook. I learned how to cook from my grandfather, my mother, and my aunts and everything. I used
Yeah, I
to
learned
Nice.
how to
watch them
cook because
do
I
stuff.
was forced to cook because my mother didn't like cooking, so she'd make me cook, and then when she would cook, and I'm like, I think I could do this better. So that's what happened. That's my
But you
story
know
in
what it
a
is?
nutshell.
We we would put more season into the food. We
yeah,
know how to season shit. Like for my
Yeah,
parents,
yeah,
we
yeah,
I
take
get
what
yeah,
it.
they
yeah,
taught us and we throw a little extra in there. Like, you know what? Let me try
yeah,
this and see how it tastes. We
yeah,
do experiments.
yeah,
So we
yeah.
make it
Nah,
our own.
yeah. That's a fact. But the
Yeah.
moral of the story is that these kids, like, they gotta treat them as kids.
Yeah.
Most of them, they don't treat them as kids or anything. Because like when I talk to these kids know about sex, and they
Well,
12,
that's
13
that's
years old.
because of
I'm
social
like,
media, though. Like
Social
we
yeah,
didn't
media.
yeah,
have
yeah, that too.
access to like that much stuff. Like back when we was younger, we over here switching through the channels trying to catch a
Yeah,
looking through the Spice
WAC,
channels. Yeah, Spice.
WAC, and all
We
that. Like,
we
look, look,
Like,
yeah.
look, the wiggly lines. Hold on,
yeah, the
hold on.
little wiggly
I can
line you trying to ooh, boo. You know what I mean? It's like you just
yeah,
see it,
What do you
or
think you
we gotta get a penthouse magazine and shit. The dirty
that's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
magazine.
That's a fact.
What do you
That's
So
a
think
they
fact.
about them what do you think about what is it? Instagram censoring itself where if you're 16 and under, you can't watch certain things on TikTok. And they limit you to the amount of usage of TikTok if you're under 16 years old.
absolutely. They
I
should
think that's a
definitely
good
be
thing.
doing that
Yeah,
because
yeah,
at the
that's
end
a
of the
good
day,
thing.
most parents are not monitoring their kids because
That's a fact.
there's people that had kids and then there's parents. You know what I mean? And the
Yes,
people
yes,
that
yeah,
had
yeah.
kids, they're not monitoring their kids like that. They're not paying attention to the shit that they watching and
Yeah.
what they
Yeah.
doing. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
have some parents that are on top of it, and they have
As
the
much as they can.
organization and all as
Yeah.
much as they
Yeah.
can. But
Yeah.
this is what the problem when you go to public school and you amongst all these other kids that are
Bad.
raised by people that had kids. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, realistically, the system is kind of designed for why the kids are as they
Prison the
are. You know what I
pipeline.
mean?
Prison the
Like, just
pipeline.
look at the
Yeah.
stress. I think they just published, or who released it recently, saying that having children is bad for your health. Because
That's funny.
because they're saying like the amount of stress that's put
Oh
on
man.
you as a parent. You know what I mean? Like you can have stress and not have kids, but now you have that added extra,
Hell yeah.
things that you got to worry about. Like parents are stressed the fuck out. You know what
You
I mean?
always worry about your kid going out that door and not coming back. You always worry
Absolutely.
about
Yeah. Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
somebody
just
Yeah.
mistreating
just
your
life
kid.
itself. Like you over here stressing about money, stressing about being able to buy food. Do you have enough for all this? Like if things were set up to where I think they do this in Canada. Like even when a child turns 18, they give them a certain amount of money or something to start their life up. You know what I mean? Like if people when
Most
they had
countries do that.
kids, yeah, like when they have
Mhm.
kids, like if they actually helped people
Mhm.
Yeah.
when they had kids, like why the hell is childcare the cost of a damn mortgage right now? You
Yeah.
know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like
Yeah.
stuff like
500
this
a
is
week.
stressful.
You
You know
paying?
what I
Let me
mean?
tell you something. When I had this is me back in the days with 2 kids. Thank God for vouchers. When people talk about social programs, thank
Facts.
God for that shit because
Absolutely. I had
five.
it
I
too.
can't. Me and my children's mom. We couldn't afford no $500 a week. That's how
Yeah.
much it was about the for our kids. So if it wasn't for the voucher, I wouldn't even be able to, you know what I'm saying? Like she would have to
Yeah.
be like she didn't work she couldn't work a lot because of the fact that
Yeah.
she had to pick them up and all that because it was only for a short period of times.
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
So somebody it's like you need 2 people working in the household, but how can you do that if you
Yeah.
got kids and it's too
Yeah.
expensive to send them to
Yeah.
those programs.
That's a
Yep.
fact.
Yep. And then
Yeah.
or if you have one parent staying home, you know what I mean? That's whatever extra cost, and now one
Mhm.
person is working and now they're not there.
Yeah.
Now it's just
Yeah.
throwing off the family dynamic. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
even with the whole, maternal leave, paternal leave, like they just started
Yeah.
giving fathers the
Give.
ability to be home.
Real
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like come on. Like that's just so foul. But no, like I said, our country is designed
Mhm.
to
To
bleed us to
failure.
death.
Failure.
Not for you to be
Basically
working bee.
failure.
Everybody they don't want nobody to be entrepreneurs and business owners. They
Yeah,
want
they
people
set people up for
everybody
failure,
working.
and
You go
people
to school
talk
to get
about,
working degrees to work.
yeah.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
anybody's listening to this, especially these people that's into politics, are like, oh, it's the Democrats, Democrats,
Yeah.
bro,
The
That's,
it's the
system.
whole goddamn
That
bird,
yeah.
it's the
system.
whole
Bird.
Yeah.
freaking system.
She
You know what
said
I
the whole
mean?
bird.
It's the
Yeah.
I
whole
like
bird.
that.
It's not
Left
one
I
side
wing,
of
like
the
the
bird, it's
right
the whole
wing.
side.
it.
Oh,
It's the whole
Yeah.
yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
bird. So to be
But
sitting here choosing sides is just stupid.
yeah, I'm gonna tell you one thing. School is designed to keep the people working. Also, they'll find out, okay, look, like this, like the sixth, seventh, and eighth graders. That's where they know if you're going to jail or you're going to be a working person. And that's how they design jails. It's like,
Yeah,
okay,
Well, it's
how many
actually
people?
special education system is
Yeah.
it
6th and
mirrors
7th,
it.
but it's also the 3rd and 4th grade. If they see a kid in special education, they know to build more prison systems because if they're in 3rd or 4th grade special education classes, they know
Yeah.
that they're not gonna
Yeah.
get out of it because most kids
Yeah.
don't leave special education. Once
Yeah,
they're in there, they're in there. You know why? Because the system is designed to pay the schools more money for
Yeah.
special education per kid. So they want that money, so they're gonna make it their business for you to stay in special education. It'll be hard as hell unless you got a real fighting parent. And even with a fighting parent, they'll try to steamroll you. And
yeah,
then the scary part about it, if they label your kid as ADHD, not ADD, which it was before attention deficit disorder, but now they add a label to it because they want to give your kid drugs, attention
Yeah.
hyper deficit disorder. The reason why
mhm.
they did that, so now they could give your kid a pill to slow down the brain natural process.
And it
So
also
now
sterilizes them over time as well,
Yeah.
Absolutely. A lot of
especially the
kids
Exactly.
young
give them
black
diabetes,
boys.
all that. How they get
So
diabetes at they teenager with diabetes? Not
No.
type 1, not
Yeah.
something that's hereditary or something that happened because they have a genetic disposition. No,
Yeah,
because the drugs they getting at a young age is fucking up their whole system.
fucking up
yeah,
everything.
yeah,
And even when it comes to these type of things that get these kids going, just the fluorescent lights alone in a classroom fuck
yeah,
with them.
yeah. Yes.
Like when they started changing the light bulbs in the schools, like
Uh-huh.
that affects the children too. Like I know
Yeah.
I was one
Yeah.
of those kids that couldn't sit still. So if I was overstimulated by extra shit, I'm definitely not sitting still. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
And they over here blaming it on ADHD. Number one, the kids are eating shitty ass food. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
sugary
So
food, sugary food.
the
Yeah,
Sugar,
shitty
sugary.
sugary starchy ass
Yeah.
food
yeah,
is
Yeah.
already making them go hyper. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Mhm.
Now they're supposed to sit still, sit in the chair for how many hours, and not even focus on anything that they're remotely interested in. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If
That's
we
a
really
fact.
wanted to have a successful school, like there's these schools called the Maserati schools or something, but the point that they do is that they focus on what the child is most interested in. So if a kid likes to draw, then they focus them more on
Hmm.
art. If they're more focused
Those are
on,
rich people
you know,
schools. You talking
huh?
about like a parochial school?
It's called a
Yeah.
Maserati or some type of
Yeah.
Montessori. That's what it's
Montessori,
called.
Montessori, yeah.
Montessori
Wonderful.
school.
But
Yeah.
that's for rich people though, because they
Well,
know
you got
that they,
it's like it's a
yeah.
private school. You got it. It's
It's
just
a
But
private.
it's not really graded like a traditional school. So the problem with that is only good for rich people. That's the reason why a lot of rich kids go to those Montessori schools because
it's not only good for rich people. It's
no,
just
let me explain
designed to
why.
produce more rich
No,
people.
no, no, no. Let me explain why. Let me explain why. Because if you don't teach your kids basic math, science, reading, all schools have that. But everything is so non-graded where that if I test one of those kids from the Montessori school and I test a kid from a regular traditional school, the kid from traditional school gonna kill them in every subject. Why? Because everything is graded in semesters and stuff like that. And those schools, you go at your own pace, and
But
that's
see,
not
that's the
good
thing though.
unless you're not rich.
That's the point though, because the way that the school systems are, that
Yeah.
it's just a learn test. It's just a testing system, right? So now you're cramming all this information in these kids and they have to do these tests. Most of it they don't even retain, and the rest of it doesn't even serve them in learning critical thinking and problem solving skills. And that's what life is about: critical thinking and problem solving skills. It does not
Yeah.
promote that.
Well,
So these like Maserati schools, they might be slower, but they're more focused on developing the child's ability to critical think and to solve
I
problems.
100% disagree because one of the things with those schools, if you put a kid in those kind of schools, it's a less disciplined environment. The reason why kids got test after test and test after test is not so much the learning, it's more for teaching your kid discipline. And
That
how you get
doesn't do it
discipline,
though.
no, it does.
Yeah.
Think about it. It
Not at
really
It
is.
all.
don't. That's why these kids are so fucking bad now. It
No, these
Yeah.
kids
doesn't
are
work.
bad because they just got people that don't give a shit about them.
Well,
That's a whole
that's the
different
No,
point
story.
no,
though.
no.
Yeah.
But look,
Yeah,
Go
look.
ahead, Rich.
Look. I'm in the school.
yeah. Uh-huh.
These kids is bad. I don't give a fuck what you say about all that crazy that stuff over there.
I was a
I'm in the
counselor
school
before.
system.
I had a
Listen,
few
No,
the
kids.
reason
no, no.
Yeah.
How long? How long you been? I'm talking
Not for a
about
long
this
time.
day. No,
Nah.
this day of age. These
Yeah.
kids run the school. The,
Yeah.
the, the, the principals don't run it. The teachers don't run it. The kids run it. They walk in the hallway, curses teachers out because they know they're not going to get disciplined. Because the parents come in and go like this: not my kid, not my. That's all what they say. Not my kid, and your kid is the worst one out of the whole bunch. But it's not my kid. So when they go home, the students tell, well, mommy, that teacher don't like me, and the parents will be like, yeah, she probably don't like you. No, if I'd have went home
or
and said,
or the parents want to go attack the teachers instead
yeah,
of attack their damn kids.
Yeah.
if I went home and told my mother, oh, that teacher don't like me, she'd slap the shit out of me. Get the fuck out of here, boy. You on punishment just for saying some bullshit like
Nah,
that. But
listen.
come on now,
So
it's
two
crazy.
things. One,
Yeah,
rich people that can afford these schools are in a different mentality in general and how
mm-hmm.
they deal with their kids, right? That's one. Two, these schools, since they're designed to nurture them and how they think and make them and challenge them in that regard to solving skills and critical thinking, it's you're gonna get a different type of outcome from the kids. You know what I mean? Like I said, you forcing these
They
kids from
not.
young ages to sit down and not be able to do, like, even in other countries. I'll even go as far as other countries.
Yeah.
They play more. They don't have homework. These kids don't have
What?
homework. They don't have testing in these a lot of these other countries. The Netherlands, they don't do
Japan?
that.
You see
Huh?
Japan and China, they go to school all year round, and if they get below, my Chinese coworkers are telling me,
And
if
listen,
they
those
used to
are a
get below
different breed of
95,
people, bro. Their
oh, it's gonna be
culture.
hell.
So, but that's their
Yeah,
culture, though. Their
yeah.
Yeah,
culture
yeah, culture, yeah,
raised
That's the
like they're
country.
raised like
Yeah,
that from babies. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
yeah.
you got these little kids at like 5, 6, 7 years old doing amazing shit. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
that's because of their culture. So we can't
Culture,
necessarily
yeah.
use their culture, but I'm just saying, like, in other schools in other countries, these kids have more freedom to explore and be kids rather than having to sit and learn and test. Like, I'm telling you, I seen documentaries on it. These kids, they don't have no homework because the teachers, I seen that the teachers told me, I was like, homework? Why would we give them homework? Like, they're here to do work. They do their work here and then they go home. Like, you don't take it home. And that shit is stressful as a
Wow.
kid. Like, I used to hate doing homework. What kid likes
Yeah.
doing homework? I
Yeah,
mean,
Nah,
I
yeah,
think
nobody.
yeah,
I think reading is something that kids should be doing when they're home. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But homework every single day, like, that's just messed up. But either way, we see the
Yeah,
result of what our school system is
Yeah.
doing.
yeah, but
Truma.
the
Truma.
Montessori. The only reason I was saying about it before is that the reason why it's not important for them to have actual skill sets is because they're gonna run the company of their father. They're gonna run the company for their mother. And everybody know rich people don't need to go to school to get the education to run the business. They already have it passed down
Yeah, but
from
you know
generation
what
to
skill sets
generation.
they
So
have?
they're gonna
They
teach
know
their
how to
kid
ride
directly.
horses. They know how to
Yeah,
play fucking
I think
jockey.
so.
They know how they be playing rugby and shit. You
Yeah.
know,
And plus, you forgot the most important thing.
what?
Most of them is drug users.
Oh, there's a
Heavy,
lot of cases. There's a lot of cases, extreme a lot of cases.
heavy.
That's
Heavy.
They
neglect, though. That's just
drug.
the parent thinking by throwing money at them is gonna make them feel better. But ultimately, the kid needs more love and attention, and a
Oh,
lot
of
of times the
course.
rich people don't really
100%.
give enough. So
I think
yeah,
now
yeah,
that circles back to the whole point of how
yeah,
people, if everybody would take the time to learn how to love themselves, then that shit
Mm-hmm.
pours over to your kids. It
yeah.
Yep.
pours over to
Yep.
everyone around you. The more you love yourself, the more you won't need these coping mechanisms like drugs and shit, in order to enjoy your life or feel
Right.
better,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's like it's an easy fix, but the
Yeah.
point of Awareness Academy 411 is to put it out there, like,
Yeah.
practice self-love and you
Yeah.
will
Yes.
start to have a more peaceful and harmonious household. Like,
Yep.
That's
seriously,
a
as
fact.
what's going on the inside is going to reflect on the outside. The reason
Yeah.
why we so disconnected as a society is because we're all disconnected within ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, the reason why we got all these problems, even with, the gender wars, with the relationships, guys mad at women, women mad at men, like, all of that is just a reflection of all the shit we got going on inside, and we're not facing that. We too
That's true.
busy doing that. You know what I mean? Pointing those fingers and shit. But then they have, it's the Matrix. So they keep us entertained. Just like
Yeah.
they do with the politics, like they're eating all the kids. I mean, they're eating the cats, they're eating the
Trump
dogs.
is hilarious.
Just when you thought this dude couldn't say something else, like this, and the stuff they're doing on social media with this shit is hilarious. Like,
Yeah. It's
They,
crazy.
this
Yeah.
is what I heard. I heard that Trump don't care about losing because remember, if anybody been watching the Republicans for the past months or maybe a year or two, they've been pushing all types of election issues in each state, election integrities. So
mhm.
what they try to get the electors to not certify the election, because even if the votes are in, the elector could say, "No, I'm not putting the numbers out there. I'm not putting none out there." So now we're gonna bring it to the
The
Supreme
more and
Court.
more this happens,
So,
the
so
more
we
I'm
bring it to the
seeing
Supreme Court. It's gonna be a catastrophe because we know who runs the Supreme Court. Trump employed Trump people.
it's a
So
money grab,
he
though.
don't care. He don't care. Here's the thing. I think he's anticipating that he's gonna lose, so he could take it that way. Because you could win everything. You can win. So the only way Kamala Harris is gonna look good at this point, she have to landslide him. and that's hard to do. That's the only way where it's too egregious for them to try to give it to Donald Trump. But if she just went by a little bit, they're gonna try to give it to Donald Trump.
I don't know, man. She was on Oprah and she raised
Yeah,
$10
you
million
Crushing
see
it.
that, right?
in
You
She's
one
see
crushing it.
hour. So she no 100 million. She raised
that?
$100 million in
Woo!
1 hour. I seen ads of Trump trying to raise money on like YouTube and shit. There's ads coming up. Camilla too. Both of them are doing it, but I've never seen this before. Like it's amazing how they're using social media after they
Yeah,
over here talking shit about TikTok, and now they over here using
reading
TikTok,
TikTok.
Yeah.
to get votes. Like they text messaging you, oh, you want to donate? I ain't giving y'all goddamn penny.
TikTok.
Donate it.
Here's the thing:
Donate to
TikTok ain't
me.
going nowhere. You know why they're not
Word.
going nowhere?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
because they
TikTok.
just gotta follow suit like the rest. If you look at Facebook, Facebook used to get tortured all the time by Congress. Now all of a sudden,
Now all of a
Facebook
sudden
don't
they
get tortured.
don't.
You know why? Because Facebook is lobbying Congress. That's what TikTok got to do. You got to
Yeah,
get
they're
it when you
feeding
get it.
them
You
all
got
the
to pay.
information they want. So, because
Now,
they wanted access to all of Facebook's information. They wanted to be able to track people, look into all their profiles. They wanted to know all the behaviors. That's what they wanted. And
no,
and
they couldn't. They didn't give that to them. They didn't
they
give
gave
that.
it to them. Of
No, they
course
gave
they
them
have
money.
it.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
I
They
don't
didn't.
know.
So you know why? Because here's the thing. The feds will have a field day with a lot of us on the internet.
They
If they did that.
do.
No, they don't
Yeah,
lock.
they
No,
already
You
no,
know
do
what?
that.
no, no,
They
no.
don't
They
even
only
have to
lock.
go in through the back way to get it. They could just look at somebody's profile and see the bullshit
No,
they
no, but
posted.
that's different. I'm talking
Yeah.
about like if they look at personal notes and personal DMs that you DM other people on some criminal enterprise shit, you'll never hear about anything criminal being done by DMs with other people because that shit is private security with Facebook. Only the analytic team knows about that stuff, but they're not gonna report
They
it
can get a
No,
because if they
warrant
do
for it
that,
though.
but look,
yeah,
look,
even if they
look.
get a warrant, they still gonna fight it. Cause look what Apple, where Apple got attacked before about the terrorists. Apple's like, no, we're not giving you shit. So you know what the feds did? The feds hacked Apple's system and got the shit on their own, but they had to hack it.
But
Apple
the
was
point
trying
the
to
point
protect
is
you.
it's another access point for them.
But
yeah,
but see, my
yeah,
thing is this and
yeah,
everything. They
yeah.
tell you whatever. Because once that Patriot Act came, when them buildings came down, you know, a lot of drug dealers
Yeah.
got arrested because they was doing business with Middle Eastern people. And they didn't need a warrant. They was going through people's doors in Staten Island. And
Yeah.
they was like, well, this is Patriot Act. You doing dealings with such and such and such and such and everything. So it's just like United States make up laws. They'll tell us anything. Well, we can't do this and we can't do that, but they back doing everything else they
Oh,
doing.
they could. Let me tell you something. They don't. The way these criminals are nowadays, they don't need to hack into anything. You going to incriminate yourself
Oh yeah.
verbally.
But the young ones,
Everybody incriminate themselves.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't need to
the
go to
young
back door.
ones.
He said it himself. I got his. How they pull up your YouTube channel, your YouTube video, say, listen,
You said your own
this is
shit.
the evidence we got
Yeah.
right here.
That's what I'm saying. Like that, they don't even have to go
Right.
into the back end. All they gotta do is
You
just
said
Google
that.
your ass, and
And then it's right there.
it's
And
right
everything.
there. Yo, people be robbing banks and then going on social media like, oh,
Look at the money.
Just
Like
like
this.
look, just like
Marvelous.
Puffy. Puffy want to put up
bro,
50,
this
50
dude,
million. Look, he want to put up 50 million to bail himself out, right? They said no twice.
and he's up there in
Now
the Brooklyn house, like
look,
tight.
look, but they got him
Yeah.
on suicide watch.
I heard.
I think they setting them up to kill him. And
I
then
think
Nah,
so.
yo, one
Yeah,
of
I think
his,
so.
his
Yeah, yeah.
bodyguards said in the interview that he's the type that would do that. He
What?
said
Kill
that.
himself?
He said that he would
Yeah.
rather do that than go to jail. So it could be
I
it
don't
could be a
think
little
so.
bit of both.
I don't think so
Yeah,
either. I think
I
that's
don't
all a
think
setup.
so.
And I don't
Yeah.
like. I'm gonna say it right now. Gene Deal need. I'm gonna say it. I'm perfectly say it. I think Gene Deal need to be investigated next. You know why?
Who?
And I'm not trying. And I'm not the one to try to take down other brothers. But for you to run your mouth so much about all the stuff that's going on with Diddy, and you haven't said anything all these years because you had a non-disclosure agreement. Who cares about a non-disclosure agreement when it's when other people's life online? If you're
Everybody,
so
they're saying everybody's gonna go
I
down.
could care less. Let me tell you
Well,
something.
He's a
It's
Wait, you
plant
said
it's
anyway.
Oprah
all that
about to
crazy
go
stuff back
down.
then, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Oprah,
Oprah's
Jay
going
Z,
down, Jay-Z going
a lot of
down,
them, a
Beyonce,
lot of people going
everybody.
I
down.
think, in my opinion, I'm not saying these guys are clean, but I think they're way more careful the way they handle their
No,
business.
no, no,
Yes.
no. I'm gonna tell you the
I
whole
think he's more
scoop right
careful. I'm not
now.
saying he's
Hold,
innocent.
hold,
I
let,
don't
Look,
let,
know.
let,
look,
Red, let
look.
Red
I'm
tell
gonna tell
it.
you the
Let
whole
Red
scoop.
tell it.
Yeah.
The feds took so long when they was going through them tapes. They said, "Okay, we're gonna take these people. We're gonna put them on the side. These people, we're gonna whatever, whatever, whatever." They got tapes of people higher
Yeah.
that they not gonna let out. They just
Yeah.
gonna hold that. They just gonna hold that right there.
Yeah, the
So
politicians. They got
yeah, yeah.
politicians that party
Oh yeah,
parties.
yeah. They got a whole
Right.
lot of them.
Yeah.
So they're gonna sit. But I think Puffy was so smart that most of the tapes that he got, they not gonna find them. I don't think they're gonna find them.
I think he's not that dumb where he's just gonna have tapes in one area, don't have copies or have
Exactly,
other stuff.
exactly,
I don't know. I
I
exactly.
mean,
heard
you
they
gotta
found a
be
lot of
dumb
tapes.
as. Let me tell you something, because right now he should be having leverage, like laughing at them, like, yo, all right, I try to go the easy route.
Yo, I
Now
even
I'm
heard
putting
that there's a
judges up.
book
I'm talking
out
to judges.
that his baby mother, what's her name? The one that suddenly
Kim,
died.
Kim, Kim.
Kim Porter. So now there's a book out of where all her friends took all of her notes and stuff and put it together and put out a book.
She learned from
Wow.
Puffy.
And woo. So far there's some real interesting stuff. Yo, Puffy is I mean, did he do it?
You know what
Diddy
it
did
is?
it.
He got the money too
Diddy
fast
did a
before he
lot.
could check his ego. That's what it
They-
is.
Yo,
No,
they
no.
talk about
I
in
think
that book that she overheard a conversation of him plotting against to get Tupac. You
oh
know,
yeah.
yeah,
Well, the industry knows that
Yeah,
he
we
had
already know
something.
that. We know
You know what
that
I'm
he's
saying?
responsible. Yeah.
Yeah. He
we
had
just
something to
they
do
just
with it.
gotta prove it
Yeah,
and
Hey,
put him
because
in
keep
jail.
it.
Like,
because
but you know
but
what hurts though? Honestly, I'm listening to because I'm in the gym, so I'm listening to DMX radio and some
Yeah.
stuff with Puffy came on. I'm just like, I don't know if I can enjoy it as
I'm
much
enjoy
anymore.
all that shit. I'm enjoy
look,
it all. I don't
You
care
gonna
if he was
look.
a
hate me
child
now?
molester. I don't care
I'm
about
gonna
none of that.
say
You
But
know
I
this.
why?
won't stop now.
All
Look.
these guys. Let me tell you something. If we stop doing business with every single person we find out is a rapist or pedophile, there won't be no kind of entertainment at all. Because
Yeah,
I'm
we
pretty
won't have
sure
nothing left.
somebody's responsible
No
for something
movies.
that's a child molester or a
But my thing
rapist.
is this.
Yeah.
My thing is this. Who
Yeah.
did Puffy? Who did Puffy pissed off? That's not protecting him no more.
Diageo, I say it.
But but
Well,
but
they're
I
but
saying
think
it was
also
this guy that passed
Diageo
away
is
recently.
connected. He's a
There
but
straight.
was
no.
I forgot
But
his name.
also he was suing the liquor companies
Yeah.
too. So
Diageo. He was suing
yeah.
them, and what happened is Puffy got mad because they went and bought George Clooney. What's that? What's
Casamigos.
Casamigos? They bought George Clooney
Okay.
Casamigo for $400 million estimate. I'm a legend. And when they bought that, they start putting his shit aside and start promoting Casamigos. So Puff Daddy said that's some racial shit they did,
Basically,
and
yeah.
he flipped on him about it, and that's when they had a problem. Because remember, Puffy had Ciroc and DeLeon. DeLeon was popping. Ciroc
Yeah.
was the shit. Everybody in the hood, like, yeah, I got 2 bottles of Ciroc. I'm a drink with my Ciroc. My
Rock is
Ciroc,
actually
rock.
good though. Like I use
Taste
it for
it.
cooking
Many
too.
flavors.
Nah,
Full
just the
flavors.
plain one I use it to make that penny alla vodka.
See, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, and you know what it was? That's what they do. Like, everybody thought Puff Daddy owned it straight out. No, or he's the biggest owner. No, he's just he's just a face on it. The same thing with the Barclays Center. When somebody said, "Oh, Jay-Z bought the Barclays Center," I said, "No, it's a Russian billionaire owns the Barclays Center," and he used Jay-Z's face because Jay-Z's popular. As
I thought he
gave
owned a
Jay-Z,
portion of it, like a percentage.
he owned 0.17%. He
Well,
owned
damn.
0.17% of it. But no, don't get it twisted.
That's still a lot though.
Exactly, it's a lot of money. So
That's
0.17 is a lot
0.17
of
out
money.
of how many billions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
But the
yeah.
whole thing is we can own it because if they use like that's all they do. They use us.
But look what Jay-Z did, though. You got to give him his credit. Jay-Z said the only people who should get the jobs at the Barclay first when it was open was people from poor neighborhoods, black neighborhoods. He
So
said
so
he got the people
so
in the projects. If you go there, there's a lot of people for the hood that got the job first. And
yeah,
if you low
yeah.
income, you get the
Oh
job there
yeah.
first. So we can't talk shit about Jay-Z like that because he
No,
does
no, no, no. I'm
it.
gonna talk some shit about him because how about all them houses that people was living in?
Yeah.
They didn't just say, okay, we're gonna give you such and such and such the leave. A lot of them didn't want to leave. So they did
But
tactics.
that had nothing to do with Jay-Z though. That's the Russian billionaire. The Russian billionaire
Okay,
is he owns. First of all, he owns. You could say he owns some shit here in America. Like he's an oligarch.
no,
He
no,
owns a lot of
okay,
stuff.
but Jay-Z went
Yeah.
along with it.
No, it's
Regardless.
not that he went along with it. His thing is business. It's
No,
already
no,
been
no,
built.
It's
no.
always
This is
business.
my
Listen, even
No. Let me explain
slavery
why.
was just business. It was
No,
nothing
it
personal.
technically was, but no, let me explain. Let me explain the system. Jay-Z is not the one sitting saying, I'm kicking the people out the house. What happened is, all right, it's already built. If I could get my people's
No, no,
uh,
no, no.
uh,
It wasn't built. It wasn't built yet. They was
yeah,
going around. I know people personally that
yeah.
they went there and they did tactics to get them out,
But not
and they
Jay-Z
didn't get
though.
nothing.
Jay-Z had no part of that. He
But
didn't.
no, no, no. I'm
Yeah,
not saying Jay-Z had a part
yeah.
of it, but Jay-Z still went along with it. He still got the money. It's the same thing if me and you go, me and you go out to rob a store or something, right?
Yeah.
And then you be like, yo, it ain't gonna be no killing or nothing, whatever, whatever, whatever. And then I shoot him and kill him and everything. You still part of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You still
I
part of
mean,
that.
but I look at the good of it. It was gonna happen regardless because they was gonna do eminent domain. So here's the thing: either you get paid for your house with market price, which I'm allowed to do, or I'm gonna do eminent domain. You know why? Because those few houses they got rid of created thousands of jobs. So the city was gonna do it regardless. It just so happened to be him because he's a Russian billionaire. He the one that made it happen. Even if they didn't do those crazy tactics, it was going to get taken over anyway because they was going to do eminent domain. And eminent domain could be done anywhere because the city is worried about revenue. The city could care less about the
Yeah,
people.
it's
It's about
all
revenue.
criminal. It's all
It
criminal.
is. No, but
It's all
but you
criminal.
got the bigger
Exactly.
picture is 1,000 jobs,
No,
1,000
no,
people
no.
to eat and pay for their family.
But it's not a
1,000
bigger
people can
picture.
take care of their family.
That's the same thing. If I was selling drugs, but I was helping people in the community, okay, it's the bigger picture. I was helping
I'm
them, but I
killing
was
them and also
still
helping at the same time.
Yeah, I'm killing
exactly
some and helping
same
some.
thing.
Yeah.
No, but
Same
think
shit.
about it. It wasn't that. It was a lot. It was a decent amount of houses taken, right? But when you look at the amount of jobs and the amount of employment and people that look like us got all those jobs. If you go to Barclay, ain't too many of this, as many of this. So we
Yeah.
the ones that actually benefit from it. So yeah, the project in the beginning sucked. Don't get me wrong. I think it's horrible to take away people housing. But at the end of the day, we benefited anyway. We still benefit.
I mean, the only
You know what
other
I'm saying?
downside is how much it raised the property values around there. So
So people
even
can
though it
Yeah,
might
exactly.
benefit, you know, this with the jobs is benefiting this with the houses around there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because there's not one, especially like Park Slope, all over there. Yo, it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
insane.
Same.
There's
Yeah.
houses over there that's smaller than where I live now for like $4 million.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like crazy.
But I'm just saying, American way is always the criminal way.
yeah.
I
Because
don't
it's
care
capitalist,
whatever.
man.
Yeah. I don't care whatever how you trying to spin it.
Hold
No.
up. You're gonna have people
Yeah,
Somebody.
you're right.
watching
You
that's
got a
like, well, if you
disagreement.
don't like it,
Yeah.
then leave.
No, you
That's what
got
they
you got
do.
no
If you don't
disagreement.
like it, then leave. Like,
That's
listen,
Yeah.
I can complain all the fuck I want, okay? I'm still a part of this shit. And even if I left,
yeah.
I'm still a
We're
citizen.
part of this. Let me tell you
So
something. Whether we noble and we good people, we're part of this corrupt system. We're part
Yeah.
of it regardless because we participate. We go to work, right? We pay
Mhm.
taxes. We have dollars in our pocket. We go buy shit. We don't know how all this come to play, but we know it was some corruption that put us all together, and we
now, unless if
benefit
you
from
want
it.
to
So
go, you
we
know, claim
can't be noble
sovereignty.
now. We can't be too noble now. We
Now,
gotta
listen,
be cruel
unless if you want to
animals
claim sovereignty and get
and be
your
homeless
become more claim your
Yeah.
Moorish
and become
descent,
homeless.
and now you ain't paying no taxes,
Yeah.
but now you got to know how you have to know
And you ain't getting no
law
Social Security.
like the back of your hand. What?
You ain't getting no. You claim
You
do
ain't
that
getting
more shit. If
nothing.
I researched it, I sit there
Nothing.
say, see, here's the thing
Hold
with
up, and
me.
then there's
Yeah.
that whole account that they have for you for every for every straw man.
They
That
go to
there's this
jail.
account, like
I
any
know
person
people
that
go to
was
jail
born, they
for it.
release like millions of dollars into this account, and people was getting into this account, and
Yeah.
then they winded up in jail. And then
Yeah.
you're in jail talking about, oh, I'm a natural born person. Like you going through all this bullshit, man.
Yo, let me tell you something. If
So
people were
live on a
striking
mountain.
rich, this was my thing, man. This is how I would look at it. This is my mindset. If I could truly naturalize and become way better than I'm doing now, because I'm doing good. So if me naturalizing makes my situation 100 times better, then that's a different story. I see people go through hell doing that. So I'm a naturalize, lose my right for all the Social Security money I've been paying for all these years. So when it's time for me to get Social Security, I'm not getting it. Even though government say they ain't gonna be here, it's always gonna be here because we pay into it. That's just the shit they put out there for people. But the point that matters that I'm entitled to something after 62 years old. Now all of a sudden I want to naturalize, so now I waive my rights for all that shit. Yeah, I don't pay taxes, but now I'm not getting Social Security. At some
No,
point, I ain't gonna be able to
you
work.
better go live in the mountain.
I ain't gonna be able
Go
to
live
eat
somewhere in the
animal.
mountain or
I ain't
off
trying to live in a
grid.
Stone
You got
Age.
your own chickens, your
Go
own
back to the
cows, your
Caucasus
own
Mountain.
goats. Like you out there, you got your solar power. I mean, I wouldn't mind living like that, but I'm still gonna be connected
By
to systems. I'm
choice.
going to Costco, God damn it.
But you heard me, but you said it. You went my living by that by choice.
Yeah,
Not that you had
I
no
mean, I
choice.
still want some toilet paper, God damn it. So I'm still going to Costco. So I
Shit.
still want Wi-Fi. So
but
I
also
still need something.
you gotta realize most of the stuff that we clean our body with is poison. So you know what I'm saying. So I remember.
Some of it is intentional, some non-intentional.
Look. I remember.
Yeah.
We went to I think the Red Parrot, and one of my friends had to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
And he went across the street and used it. He ain't had no toilet tissue. He grabbed some leaves.
You gotta make it do what it do,
Mess
but that's
around,
what
get
I'm
a
saying.
rash
Like,
on the ass.
if you want to
Grab a
truly
poison ivy
separate
leaf.
yourself from the system, you're gonna be using leaves, your twigs, all that. Because now you might be making your own paper.
I don't see nobody. Let me tell you something. Anybody that does it, I don't see them flossing with nice
But nah,
cars.
you'll have the time.
You got probably one or two people that was already rich that did it.
Listen, you'll have all the time in the day to make your own paper, to make your own shoes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you gonna have all that time. You know what I mean? Because you off the grid now. You don't gotta work a 9 to 5. You gotta go get your well water. Make your own filters and
I don't want
shit.
to do all that shit. I'm lazy. I want shit handed to me. I work hard. I'm
He's
successful.
like, I need to use DoorDash. Fuck that.
Yo, let me tell you something.
Go out there and kill your meal.
I'll pay the taxes because I want shit handed to me. I want to walk in places and be like, Mr. Nesmith, how you doing? Mr. Nesmith, how you doing? Yes.
He's like, nah.
So they know I'm important.
I need all that DoorDash.
Naturalizing shit. Mm-hmm. And I researched it to it hard. I went hard reading it. And then I talked to somebody that's supposed to be that knowledgeable at it, that's doing it. When I started asking questions, he couldn't give me the good answer. He couldn't give me the answers I was looking for. I'm like, wait a second here. What is the benefit of this? You want to pay taxes? Okay, what else?
It's what the benefit of it is? Like right now, the benefit of it is just you being able to rebel against the system. The problem is that it's just like gun laws, right? If we really want to change the gun laws, every black person in America has to apply for a gun in order for it to change, right? Yeah. Same thing happens with this naturalization shit. If every black person in America went and got their naturalization, it'd fuck the system up. That's when it would actually have some type of benefit to it, because now here it is, you got millions of people that are completely severing themselves from the system, claiming their sovereignty, taking back their land. So now they're taking large portions.
But the government coming. Here's the thing. This is the trick of it.
And then you got to have a military. We have to have our own military to do that shit.
It won't work. It won't work in the long run. You know why? Because from one of the things too, not too many people is doing it, but a lot of people is doing it. But even if a whole army of people, let's say mad people sign up, let's say a big population of people do it. The military, they're destroyers before we can even get a chance. We don't got no power.
They're like, what's the coordinates? And
they don't even have to kill us physically. That's a problem. They can get us all kinds of psychological ways. Psychological warfare.
But you also got to listen. You also got to say that you got people in the U.S. Army that is I don't want to say it like
You got white supremacists in the army,
no,
so
you
just
know, you
like
got
any other
white
army,
supremacists,
you got people
you
that's
got
within those
black,
lines.
you got black people, you got all nationalities that's
Yeah,
in the army learning
yeah,
their ways to take it back to theirs,
yeah,
they people, and
That's
and and
possible.
yeah.
yeah, but a lot of people don't see it's a lot of black people that's learning those ways now, but it's not publicized, and it shouldn't be
Is
publicized.
it? But it's important. In order to stay on top, you have to have all races in your shit. That's why
Oh
America
yeah,
stay on top of
definitely.
everybody. You know why? Because I got Indian people in my military. I got Chinese people in my military.
Yeah,
You
Listen,
talk about intel.
what was
I
it?
got intel in all the countries in the
Tulsa
world. Why?
wasn't
Because they
even
all.
Tulsa without the combination of Native Americans and black
yeah,
people. Like
exactly.
we realistically, like I was saying earlier, it's the disconnection that kills us. You know what I mean? Like if we would have become more connected and start by loving yourself first,
Uh-huh.
start by
And
loving
yeah,
yourself first, then you'll be able to, if just imagine if everybody on this planet really started to love themselves. And now you looking in the mirror, you're seeing how amazing you are, the divinity that you are, the energy that you are, and you just in love with that. You can't not look at another person and see the same thing. You know what I mean? Like
True.
this is why our um ancestors in Kemet were able to build shit like the pyramids because they were so together. They were so connected with each other that they were able to work together to accomplish that shit. We don't know how they did it, but
Aliens
however
did it.
however they did it,
it's the
it
alien.
came from there being some type of connection and unity with each other. Period.
Yeah.
Like they knew who they were. Like
Yeah,
my honestly, my opinion on how those pyramids was built was with sound and vibration. Like they learned how to tune into the frequency of the
I
rock,
think so.
and they was able to move the rock like it was
yeah,
nothing. You know what I
nothing.
mean? That's
Yeah,
my opinion, but that
I
is a
think so.
result of
Yeah.
knowing yourself, knowing your power, and knowing how to, exhibit that power within the connection of nature that you are. Like you have to be able to see yourself to in that in order to match that frequency. You know what I mean? So
I'm having a
love
hard time
yourself.
looking at people as being God. Like, for example, when people say God, I can only think of him as a force. And the reason for it is because it seems like anybody that got more technology, they always look up to him like a God. When you look at history, somebody just happened to know a little bit more than you. They seem to be more advanced than you, and you can't explain how they're able to do things. So automatically start looking at them as a God.
Yeah,
But
that's
in
just
reality,
ignorant.
they just more technology. No, but think about
Yeah,
it.
they're
Think
they're
about
just
somebody from
no. Well, the people
2024 go
looking
back
up
in the
at them.
past.
I'm saying the people that don't know are the ignorant ones. So now they're looking at the ones that do know, like you said, and they like, oh, you must be God now. It's like, nah, they're just on a whole nother level of understanding than you. You know what I mean? We
Yep.
still made of all the same shit. It's just how you use your mind and your perspective. But again,
Mhm.
y'all know we
Yeah.
could go on forever and ever and ever with this.
but
But I wanted to close it up before. Well, close it up with something. Go ahead, Red.
yeah. I just want to say my name is Everlasting Allah, so I'm God.
Oh
Black
All
man,
shoot.
God.
day, I am.
I can
That
respect that. I like that. I like that. Yeah.
I am a phoenix, and my name is Wendy Zizzo. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Peace,
But real
peace.
talk, like I am, like that.
I'm the
That's
god of my
me.
own
I am.
environment.
I am the
Because
great I
we
am. I
see
am.
we see with this, not with these. Always.
Absolutely. Like I can't even look at trees now without seeing the beauty and how that energy just moves. Like
Exactly.
the same that
Exactly.
same energy that's going through your
God's
hair.
energy moving through it. Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
the trees is just the earth's hair. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
your hair does the same thing as the trees do. It pulls up energy, it pulls it out from your scalp, and now it emits it out into and picks up energy and brings it in. Like, oh, it's so amazing. You know? But listen,
Listen to her.
like
Listen to her.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, we are God, but you have to understand what God actually is so that you can see yourself in it. You know what I mean? Like
Uh,
people look at it as being this separate thing rather than something that's connected
we
to
all
you. So,
connected. We
yeah, it's
connected.
like,
System
then there's a
gods.
science. There's definitely a science to it, and we'll go into that science on the next
Yeah, the
episode.
next one.
But
Yes,
we
yes.
got to wrap it up, because we'll just keep going. But we on the next episode, we'll definitely I'll talk more about the flower of life and the creation pattern and how that's all part of us. And yes, it's a lot. That's a rabbit hole. So I hope everybody enjoyed the show today. I know I did. Did you, Red? You enjoyed the show,
Yes, I
Red?
did.
Oh, quick thing.
Yes, yes.
Jay-Z house just got raided today.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Next week we're gonna talk about this one. All right.
Jay-Z
So
house just got raided.
So
you know how I
peace
know,
and
right?
blessings, everybody.
I got friends that
You got friends.
one of his mini houses, because he got a house in Jersey, he got a house in Long
All right.
Island.
Well, let's save
California.
it for next week. It'll all come out this week. So peace and blessings, everybody.
Salute.
Here's another episode of Awareness Academy 411. We
Damn.
out here, man.
Yeah, I hope alleged house
Allegedly.
got raided. Hopefully.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Next
Jay-Z,
week.
he's going down. So he's
Chill.
a fraud.
Leave my point. I'm a Jay-Z fan.
Jay-Z's a fraud.
Hope in the house.
Next week, y'all. Next week. Let him come back for this one next week. We're going to have it for him.
Peace, everybody. Yes.
Peace, everybody.
Salute. Peace.